The Stage by Avenged Sevenfold. This is the reward for curiosity, for due diligence, for patience for Avenged Sevenfold fans who first knew that new music was being made Christmas time of 2015, where we saw a video that basically indicated that. Simple stuff. Or was it New Year's? Who cares? It doesn't really matter. New music was being made throughout 2016. Here's our first taste of it. And there's a lot of great storylines that are involved with this. What's this band going to sound like with Brooks Wackerman? What are they going to sound like on Capitol Records? Is this going to be, Hail to the King Part 2? Are they going to take more risks? What's happening here? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the first single off of the album VOLTAIC OCEANS, which is supposedly going to drop on December the 9th. It's not been confirmed yet, which of course means the minute that this video is dropped, it'll be confirmed. So we're going to go with that date, take it to the bank. First thing that should be your indicator that this is a little bit different than what you got on Hail to the King is the fact that this is an 8-minute long single. 8-minute long single. I repeated that just in case you didn't hear me or didn't want to understand. And that is a big risk for these guys. The past couple of albums, they have mainly stayed tempered within some of their smaller singles. Hail to the King by itself was one that had a very direct approach. This is one that starts off a bit more indirectly. They build the mood instead of just thrusting it right into your face. And that's one thing that does make this a little bit different almost out of the gate. And it's one where the overall just structure of this song will remind a lot of people a little bit more of City of Evil meeting Hail to the King as opposed to reminding them of just Hail to the King. Now, is this divvying into the past something that everybody wants to do? No, not really, and I'm kind of, tripped to avoid it. Everybody that I've talked to thus far says that this album is a City of Evil revised type idea. Well, I think that this is more of an indicator of where Avenged Sevenfold has matured within their songwriting process and how they have kind of taken some of the elements of the ideas and things that they have tried over the past couple of albums with Nightmare and Hail to the King, and have aimed to kind of thrust it together to give themselves a little bit more of songwriting buoyancy. It gives them the ability to float a little bit better and do it in different ways. In this particular light, they were able to build up a lot of that atmosphere, and then they were able to thrust into their lyricism and to their main idea. Now, the lyricism is admittingly probably it's real middle ground. It's not the strongest element of the song. It's one that definitely has a lot of topicality, and I think the only reason why it feels kind of is because topicality right now, it just feels like it bogs you down because we hear it and see it everywhere we go. But it still has a nice little touch, and the music video goes along with it very nicely. For those who haven't seen it, description box, it's there, check it out. And then also the way in which the guitar work is built around it, the way in which Brooks is able to really showcase that he's very competent and has a lot of skill. And the fact that this is a song that doesn't necessarily rush itself, it instead takes its time, it builds to its crescendo and builds to its ideas, and then you can kind of understand with the second half why the City of Evil, comparisons go running wild everywhere, considering it does have a structure, it does have a melody, it has a flow that definitely feels like it's a long-lost cousin off of that album. It has a lot of the same charm, and it has a little bit of that theatrical aspect that's kind of driven by Sinister Gate's guitar work, that's sort of driven a little bit by M. Shadows' vocals, and the remainder of the instrumental performances. It just has that sort of dramatic effect that just seems singed off of the rope ends of the City of Evil disc. I don't want to give away too much, but this is a song that still has spine-tingling qualities. Qualities that perhaps were missed out on a couple of the past albums. I really don't know about Nightmare, because that has plenty of spine-tingling moments, at least in my opinion, but some others may disagree. But this is definitely, just by one song, kind of a step up from Hail to the King, because this song feels a lot more complete, and it does feel like risks are being taken. The band is not sort of straddling themselves to a simpler idea, maybe just to move units. This is one that feels like it has sort of that second part of Hail to the King charm to it, where they went with, tracks such as Planets, and really just took some risks. And this is a song that really emanates that nicely. I want to know what you guys think about The Stage by Avenged Sevenfold. I want to know what you guys think about VOLTAIC OCEANS by Avenged Sevenfold, which is coming soon. What do you think it's going to sound like? What do you think it's going to be all about? Let me know in the comments below. I'm CoverKillerNation. If you haven't checked out the song yet, it's in the description box. I'll talk to you later. Take care.